so this is how quickly things can get kind of confusing. We got this big crowd here. A little while ago, one person was like, "Oh, there's ballots. They're moving ballots," and we watched all of it. That's where the media parks. These are all the media trucks. This group of people, they're shouting at the reporters and the photographers, saying that those are ballots in there.
They don't have the watermarks on their ballots. Right. They're just screwing themselves.
Fraud right now.
We are watching voter fraud.
Hey, look, they got suitcases right here. There they are, folks. There's the ballots.
We're going to go to the other side. We're going to show you what's inside of the back of those fans.
Your GoPros, your indoor lights.
Yeah, and my LU600 and my tripod.
Your tripod, yeah.
So it's camera equipment. Camera equipment.
We're all just like,
it's just, I like the caption that said, "This is how fast conspiracy theories can happen," because it's just kind of like, when there's not the lack of information or the proper information flowing in the right way, things can pop off real quick.
Well, welcome to Brothers and Booze this week, fellas. How are you doing? There was no better entrance, in my opinion, than, well...
Yeah, that was about as apropos as you can get, I think.
Yeah, so answer that question. How are you doing?
I'm north of the border, so I'm just kind of looking from afar, like, guys, like, what
okay,
the hell?
But you're involved.
I mean, tangentially.
So you guys ever have this one?
Sam Adams Oktoberfest. I have not. Tell me about it.
Hold on.
Before you tell me about it, can you explain to me why Oktoberfest is with a C and not a K on that? I'd like to know.
That is a C on that one.
Yeah, it should be a K. I'm hating. It's okay. I'm done. I had a moment.
Well, my story on this beer is that I didn't really want it in the first place. So there's that. The lady did a curbside at Walmart, and I picked out, I thought I picked out Sam Adams Winter Ale, and I ended up getting Sam Adams old, probably sitting there for 2 months, Oktoberfest. And so I'm just going to enjoy it. And we're going to have a good time with this one. How you fellas doing? Doug, what you got?
Hey, Greg, I think you and I are both in the I'm doing it, even though I don't really want to category for our first beer.
Now, this is, it's good. It's crisp. It's great. It's a good beer.
Yingling's Hershey's Chocolate Porter. A lot of people talking a lot of stuff about this, like end all be all. It's Yingling. So I grew up around that freaking brewery. I don't like their beers in general.
Hey, but where is their brewery, Doug?
Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, the center of the universe at this moment.
Yep.
If you would, turn on the news.
Is it run by like a Chinese family or something? It's an honest fair question. I've never heard of the brewery because I'm up north, so I'm just like, it sounds like it could be.
Hold on.
It's not bad.
Gosh. Oh my God.
It's not bad. It's just it's very mediocre.
We're doing so mediocre on beers this
Jill
week.
is looking to try this, so I'm going to give you I'm going to try to approximate the face she makes when she drinks
it. Honestly,
that
guys,
was the case.
I can tell you I'll actually enjoy the beers I have this week. So,
but that is a backhanded compliment, though. Which is, it's not bad. Well, what the fuck?
It's not good. Let's put it that way. It's very just like mediocre.
It's like
come on now.
Jill said it's like a yoo-hoo.
Oh, I mean, I like yoo-hoos, but
no, they're disappointing.
They are disappointing.
My wife, everybody.
Actually, they're not that bad.
I'm with you on this. I have never had a yoo-hoo and went, man, that was refreshing.
No, but it wasn't that bad though.
It wasn't that bad. That's about where this is. I'm serious.
Right.
I was like, yoo-hoo.
like-
Okay-ish.
But my point is that that's not a compliment in any way, shape, or form.
It's like somebody saying, "I don't hate it." Oh, great.
Right. Like you give a Christmas gift to your lady and you're all alone and it's all romantic and she goes, well, it's not that bad. Like, so anyway, Casey, let's go. This is shout out to Art Eddie. I believe this is his favorite beer.
Hey, Art Eddie.
He always screams and hollers about this one, I'm pretty sure. Sam Adams Oktoberfest. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It's actually fresh. It's good. I'm not bitching. I just wanted the winter ale. Did you ever have the winter ale, Doug?
I have, and the winter ale is a pretty decent beer.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so
they make for Christmas. They make something called Old Fezziwig that I actually like.
That you've talked about a gazillion times on the show.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
not a gazillion, but 3.
No, but Christmas beers. I really talk about that one. So yeah.
Yeah,
that's how I count all the time. 1, 2, 3 gazillion. That's how I count. Well, in honor of Mike Andrews Jr., I did bust out my A&W glass this week. Yeah. I got this from I got it 18 years ago or something like that. So I had like I was in school, like a president in school student government back in high school because I'm a nerd, and my co-president bought this for me, and I've kept it ever since for like the last 20 years. So it's been my jam. And I already know what beer is going to taste like this week. It is a Key Lime Shapeshifter from Haler Brewery up here in Toronto. It is a smooth greenish beer with very soft lime tones to it. I've already drank a few this week, so you're not going to get any surprise looks on my face. I'm just going to enjoy it.
Like I said, a few. I thought it was 1, 2, 3 gazillion.
A few comes right before a gazillion.
Oh, okay. We need a clarification on the counting. Counting's an issue around these parts, apparently.
Oh, so many topics. Still good.
So you said that's the lime notes are pretty not like in your face, so just kind of nice notes to it.
Yeah, it's like key lime pie, right? So it's not like super sour. It's if you think of key lime pie, it's offset by the entire like pastry cream topping on it. So it's kind of the same concept where the sourness is offset by the lactose.
Sounds delicious.
It is really good. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I like I said, I've always I don't gravitate towards sours. I tend to like them tart. So that sounds like with the lime would be more my speed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's time for another video because I got 17,000 of them.
This man sent so many.
1, 2, 3 gazillion videos. Let's go.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see which one we want to pick here. Oh yeah. I gotta show Casey this. People have been showing it, but I gotta show them this. So we're praying, Casey.
So they're praying for a sudden swing in the other direction. See, like
right. I haven't seen the praying at the voting place thing yet. I think this is new for us. Is this new, Doug? Or
that's one that came out this afternoon, I believe.
Is this new to the whole American culture? Though? I'm trying to explain it to Casey. What the hell's going on here? Do you have any insight as an American?
New. I will try my best to explain it from the husband of a woman who went through all these kind of worshipy things, and it's basically like praying in tongues and trying to that kind of stuff.
Evangelical stuff.
I thought that tongue was just Spanish in that one.
Definitely not.
You guys see the one with the Paula White lady where she was like beckoning the angels from Africa and stuff?
No.
I'm frightened already.
Oh, this is a short one, but it's
We're gonna have to pull that up. Do they have any idea what that song is actually about?
No, and that's
holy shit.
That is an excellent point.
That is the whole point.
Anti-establishment, like
if those guys heard them doing that at a Trump rally, they'd be like, "Fuck off! What are you doing?"
Like, I need to. Okay,
so
like, is there a point where they just like have no shame left? Is it like, no, we don't need any shame. Shame. Who needs that?
No, they totally do not understand.
No, they totally do not.
Their rage is misplaced.
But is that anything more than our president now dancing to YMCA? Does he have no?
Just hysterical.
There's no.
Can you call that? Listen, I'm gonna say, can you call that dancing? But I shouldn't say that because there are people that, hey, if they're enjoying themselves, Godspeed. But goodness.
I'm loving these comments coming in this week.
Right? Is that even dancing?
I mean, can we even? I love that. Chris's summary is amazing. I'm like, oh no, Nevada's
a trip. Like Pennsylvania. I mean, I think there's there's like all these states out that are still counting. And I think there's an understanding for Michigan went a long while and Pennsylvania is taking forever. And there's an understanding there. People are like, oh, Pennsylvania just started this. They got Philly and Philly's got a gazillion people. And people are like, Nevada, what is up with you? Like, it feels like Nevada went out to the casinos and it's like, hey, let's all go to the casinos. And like, they're just like, there's a disconnect there. It just feels like it. Maybe I'm wrong. It's funny, but like really, I think ultimately what it comes down to, Casey, is that I don't know how it works up in Canada, but in America, we have a thing called states' rights. So that means that states can do crazy ass shit, generally speaking. So if they wanted to say, hey, we're going to stop counting votes on, you can't count votes past 5:00 p.m. You can't start before noon. And that's the state law, and that's how people got to do it. So I think that ultimately the problem is that Nevada has like antiquated old state laws, and that's just hook up. But it does feel like they're just being fucking lazy.
Well, this is what I realized. Every single time I come down to the States, I realize it's like you have 50 different countries all under the banner of one bigger country. It is weird as hell because up in Canada, literally, we have 10 provinces, 3 territories. For the most part, we all follow the same laws. It does not change that much. The only things that are noticeably different between one province and the next is the amount of tax you pay changes by 1 or 2%, or you might the speed limit might go up by 10. But past that, and drinking. Oh, sorry, the age of drinking also changes depending where you are. In Ontario, you can drink at 19, and in every other province, you can drink at 18, which is better than 21. I don't know what y'all waiting for, but that's just me.
Well, down here you could smoke weed and do whatever the hell you want and drive 10 feet, and they're gonna lock your ass the fuck up. So it's very interesting down here in America.
The incentives. What are the incentives? I don't understand.
I don't.
It's not even just like that. Like, what's weird is how they nominate their. Each state has their own way to nominate their people for state government, and some of them caucus, some of them do these straight line votes, and nothing's the same anywhere. You can be. Well, why the hell are they doing that there? Well, that's because that's just how they do things. Like in Iowa, they do a thing where when you are in the primaries, they say, all right, everybody who's voting for Joe Biden over here, and they're all in a gym, like in a high school gym, and they go, you go over in that corner, who's voting for them, you go in that corner, who's voting for that, and then they count the heads. That's how they do their caucusing in Iowa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
It's funny. It leads to a mess, and then like every 4 years is a really big mess because we don't really like dabble into states. We don't. No one else cares about what another state is doing or voting on. We just don't give a shit. We only care when it comes down to president, and then you see on CNN, what is it now, Arizona, and everybody's like focusing on Arizona, and then people find out in America where the fuck Arizona is too. By the way, we're like, oh, that's where Arizona is. Oh my God, they have the Grand Canyon there.
but it's crazy to me because president's not technically even the most powerful position there is. It's just kind of like, it's the face of it, but really, like, if you're dealing with more of the Senate and everything else, like, there are other places where energy should be focused, and so few people know this.
Well, and then but listen, though, it's limited. We're going to focus our energy until it's over, and then we're going to forget about it for 4 more years, and then the same shit's going to happen, and then we're going to get all pissed off and outraged, and then we're going to be like, that shit's over. It's America. We're cool. Like, whatever. We'll figure it out. Like, yeah. It's not ever going to change. Anyway,
we have attention deficit disorder down here, like on the
oh
whole.
yeah, oh yeah. This is why when people were like protesting 10 days in a row, we were like, oh, shit might change.
That was some shit for us.
It was 10 days in a row, Casey. You got to give us some credit for that. Right.
It's a lot of days. A lot of days. I'll give you that.
Yeah. We have 50 states, and the average American can't name more than half. That is probably a true statement.
If you ask me to like point out the states that aren't like on the borders of America, it could get hard for me. I get to a point where I'm like, I'm not American. So
what about the provinces?
Provinces are easy.
I would get most of them right.
British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, and then you have the Yukon Territories, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut.
No.
So how does Prince Edward Island have its own province?
Right.
Yo, the fact that Prince Edward Island has as many votes in our in their the number of votes they have in the Senate is insane.
Yeah.
For how few people they have, like 140,000 people. 140,000 people compared to our like
Wyoming.
3 million.
Yeah.
They're your Wyoming.
I don't get that reference.
Wyoming is this huge state that has like 800,000 people in it.
Sorry.
And they have just as much votes as California, which has like 50 million votes in the Senate. Yeah.
I'm sorry for all our people who watch us in Wyoming. What I'm about to say, it's not very nice. I'm sorry. The people are nice though. When I drove through,
you said
Doug remembers I got all these scars on my legs and all that, and these people were fucking nice as hell. They're nice, but it's just Yellowstone. If you take Yellowstone out, there'd be nothing there. Just saying. And I could just take Yellowstone out. Yellowstone's amazing, but there's no other reason to go to Wyoming.
I didn't even know Yellowstone was in Wyoming. Now I know. I learned something.
Now Montana, that's another
half the battle.
Montana's another thing, but that's another story for another time. Doug, I opened up a sour gummy ghost.
Ooh, tell me about this. Sour, you have a sour gummy beer down there?
Sour gummy ghost. I don't know. This came through beer mail. Thanks to my friend.
Tell me about it. Tell me. I need to know.
That sounds like Casey's exact kind of beer.
Oh.
What was that face?
Hard and fruity.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Gummy. It's a sour gummy.
I'm so excited this exists.
This is your jam, man. And it gets you in the back too. Like one of those sours that hits you in the this isn't a baby sour, Doug. This isn't like sometimes ghosts are just so small, like, and they're like little get away. No, this is a good one. Sour, hearty as hell. So what's going on with you fellas? You guys, we all got something going on the side. What are you doing, Doug, lately?
Well, our buddy Robert Scroggs is doing a Cicerone class online. I believe he's going to be on next week. I could be mistaken about that. So I've been doing that. That's been every 2 weeks. That's been fun. A lot more to learn than I thought. You had said this, and I was like, okay, yeah, I imagine it's a lot. And then I'm like looking at it, and the one section is like, here's all this chemistry on how to like make the wort and all this stuff. And I was like, listen, I knew this is complicated, and this is why I just drink beer. I don't make it. So
Just drink beer. Don't go any further.
Well, I'm going to say that though the class itself is super interesting because the first part of it's been all like German beers and all that stuff, and like the variety of those is really. I didn't realize. I knew there was a lot. I just didn't realize how many. So it's been fun just getting to taste all those and do all that sort of thing. So shout out to Frogs, man.
Yes, so we'll talk to him next week. He's a brilliant beer person.
Yeah, he is.
For sure.
He knows more about beer than I will ever know about beer.
What's up, Victor?
Victor.
Anybody else got their second?
No, I can pull one out.
Yellowstone's in 5 states technically. This is true. Wyoming is beautiful too. Don't get me wrong; it is beautiful as hell. But it's not it's not a place that you like would go to, Casey. I'm sure you have I know you guys have I wouldn't just go to the Northwest Territories, right? Like there's no
true.
Okay, great. That's why that's Wyoming minus Yellowstone. There you go. But if you go to Wyoming, you go to Yellowstone. So that's what you do.
Okay.
And it's fantastic. It's beautiful. Skip the Kanye part because he's over there too. Well, Kanye's in Wyoming, so we can, or at least I can. I don't have any.
All right. So
I'm not even trying
I just polished off the math porter, so I'm ready for second one.
I'm still on my first. I was. I will not say I was pre-drinking, but I was pre-drinking. So
that's okay.
Oh man, you gonna drag this out to what, Monday?
Probably.
Oh, yeah. Doug, what you got? What's going on there?
All right, so this one is when I had my cellar for a year.
A year.
Oh, a year.
King Bourbon Barrel Age Belgian Quad.
This is like
wait,
what, a year?
A year. I need to understand this.
All right. Doug, you're gonna while you open that up, tell them why you would keep a beer for a year and all that.
Please.
Well, I like cellaring like heavier beers to see how it changes over time. Some of them age well, some of them do not. So I bought this Ommegang 3 Philosophers, their Belgian Quad, which is one of the best Belgian quads I've had. But they did this bourbon barrel age, they did a wine barrel age, and then they did a blueberry infused Belgian quad. So I bought 4-pack of all of them. I stuck all three of each, well, one of each in my cellaring fridge, which is just a fridge that's at 55 degrees because that's like the recommended temperature, or 50, somewhere around there. And I have to say, sometimes I forget what I have in there. So, and now it's getting to a point where I have my cellaring fridge is like full, and I'm like,
oh no.
And I was like, oh, I guess I should probably drink some of those. And yeah, so, and the thing was, I got it was that for Christmas? Or did they just pick that up? The cellaring fridge. Christmas. Anyway, so I got that, and then I was just like, oh, cool. So every time I buy like a heavy set of beers, I just one of them go in there, and then I was just not even paying attention. Now it's like full. So I'm like, I should drink some of those.
I love it.
Yeah. So
see, now I'm really interested in how this is going to taste. This is the kind of stories I need to go with the beer. It goes together really well. Wow.
Do you know how that is formed, Doug? I'm not even going to get into it.
What's that?
Do you know how that's formed? The head is formed, and there's protein.
We haven't gotten to that part yet.
And then it got. Okay, you go. I'm sorry.
Greg's like, hammer. I don't have the mental capacity right now.
So it's very much mellow. Like the bourbon flavor is there, but it's like just kind of a hint. And the quad flavors aren't as pronounced either. It's good, but it's like a very smooth drinking beer. I mean, it's really pleasant, and you wouldn't guess. Like when I cellared it, it was trying to find the ABV on this. It was pretty high. It was like 12%, I think. No, it was 9.5. It was 9.5. So for a quad, it's actually not really super high, but this is like, the thing is, this is like super drinkable. So if I had several of these, I could down them pretty easily. Probably be a pain later, but yeah, that's really, really, really good. that aged really well. Like I said, it's not something where I remember drinking it in the quad and the bourbon were like they were really nice mix, but it was definitely way more pronounced on both ends. So this is really superb.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well, you want to see a fight?
I always want to see
Get
a
that
fight.
body. Sorry.
I mean, that's a little much, but I'll see a fight.
Where are the masks?
I think the whole lady was taking a photo of her.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh. My word. I'm probably employees like, hey, stop that.
One statement, one comment. Statement: that girl in the black was in the wrong. She should recognize that and not be filming people when they don't want to be filmed. But that is what it is. But question though, what kind of food establishment lets people be in there barefoot?
They were barefoot?
You didn't even notice that?
Yeah, like half those girls are barefoot, and I was just like, "What the hell is this?"
Well,
I don't understand.
Now I'm gonna have to see it again. It's your fault.
Yeah. Yes, she did. See, there's no shoes.
No shoes. No shoes. No, there's no shoes there too.
3 of them.
I think one girl's wearing white shoes and everyone else is barefoot. JHG, what's up, buddy? And the one in red takes time to like eject her skirt and bring it back down after her panties are showing. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, that was
that's like something where they just got out of the club and they're all hammered and they're out getting food. Because that's not the kind of clothes you fight in, I don't think.
That's exactly it. That's not fight attire.
So
that is poorly prepared.
Right. So maybe Doug is on to something. Maybe the ladies who didn't have shoes on had the high heels on, and then you know how they take them off sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
you still don't walk around.
No social distancing.
There was no social distancing.
The latest comment off Periscope there, no social distancing. I'm like, I would love to see a socially distanced fight. If someone could show me a video of a socially distanced fight,
but this is
great.
I was wondering, see, some of these clips I was wondering if they're before or after the pandemic. And the guy had a mask on. So
all the staff had masks.
Right.
On.
So there's no, you can't be like, oh, right. Right. But they weren't.
It could be a spear fight. They'd be just throwing stars like knives.
Honestly, you'd have to have long distance weaponry basically for a socially distanced fight. Like, all right, I'm gonna hurl this like glass from across the room and hope it hits you.
Oh, and then we still have this nonsense going on.
Oh, the people arguing about masks, yelling at people at the door.
We're about to log on right now. We'll go live with it. Would you like to go live with what you're doing?
Look at that guy's like, fuck that. I'm walking around this pole.
You are attempting to remove my freedom of choice, sir.
This is.
You are a terrorist. You are a
What?
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 Going on my website.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
What did that guy say? You are what?
You are a terrorist. Oh my gosh.
Of the people. You are attempting to remove the right of the people. You like my name as well. Todd William Partridge. Sir, you have no idea who you're talking to. And I will get the Department of Justice involved.
Oh my gosh. It's like some people need a re-education what a human right is. Like you need food, you need water. Otherwise, wear a damn mask if you're gonna be on public. Oh my god!
No, that's
all right. Can I pose a question to you guys? If you see someone with a red hat on, just a red hat from a distance, up, you can't see the front of it. You just see them with a red hat on. What's your first thought?
They really like the St. Louis Cardinals?
MAGA.
MAGA, come on. It's always MAGA.
MAGA.
Shout out to Lauren Yee. I'm like, hey, I know that name. Hey, Lauren. High heel comment
is real.
Like they took them off. Like you know what I mean?
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. That's not something I would have thought of.
Yeah, or maybe they just took them off in a car and just walked in though, too, Casey. You know what I'm saying? Like they were at an event. Like Doug's right though. They were at some kind of like, you know what I mean, at the club.
Yeah, those were clubbing clothes. You don't.
I don't know. I don't know if y'all have ever tried wearing high heels ever in your life. I have worn high heels on 2 occasions. 2. It is hard. I don't know how women do it. I give them kudos because that is.
Whoa! I did. You wore high heels.
Oh, am I bearing the lead? Am I bearing the lead on this one? Do you want more context on?
I wore them once for Halloween. That was like never again. That was like terrible.
There was a conference.
Her dad was like, "What?"
There's a conference called Be Connected up here, and they had a high heel exercise class. Like you walk around and dance in heels, and I was like the only guy at the conference. Like as a dad blogger in the Toronto area, I'm often the only man in the room. So I run it, I go with it, and they're like, "Casey, you gonna try to have some high heels?" I'm like, "Hell yes, I'm trying on to high heels. Bring it!" And so I did it.
Later,
and
you're crying.
Oh my gosh, my feet! Oh my god! I was just like, after that, I was like, I have more respect for you guys than you ever know. There's pictures. They're hot pink. You know, it looked good.
Hey, Casey.
Hey, Lauren. Since Lauren's been on, Casey has been added as a permanent member here. I don't know if she knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. This is getting. I wish I could pass this to you guys. It's good, but it's getting too tardy.
I would love to try that. So you just pick it up randomly in your hood? Like what? Was it just available or did someone send it to you?
Beer mail.
I don't know what that is.
Beer mail. Oh, we're gonna.
People send beer to each other. We just call it when you get it. It's called beer mail. You go, oh, I got beer in the mail. You just call it beer mail.
Beer mail.
I don't think we do that up here.
Oh, I don't think you know the right people.
I think that's correct.
I think it's also very possible.
If you talk to somebody like Tiffany Martin, who's up your way, I bet you she would have.
Yeah, we're due to have Tiffany back on. We got a Tiffany.
Here's a pen. Here's me writing Tiffany Martin.
Right.
And Tiffany, I don't know if you're watching tonight. We're gonna become friends, you and I.
Yeah.
Well, Tiffany might be a bit busy taking down her 8 gazillion Halloween decorations still, but man, her house is like awesomely laid out for Halloween. It's amazing.
Okay.
You ever see that show? It reminds me of that show. What is that? Christmas light show? You ever see the light Christmas? You ever see that one where they go around and people put outrageous Christmas lights in their like around their house and surround it, and then people go around and like rate them and shit, and they get.
We have different shows up here. Our shows are awesome as yours. Sorry,
Tiffany would be on that Halloween.
Right. Okay.
What is that? What did she get this year? A skeleton that was like what, 15, 20 feet?
12 feet tall.
12?
It was the Home Depot skeleton thing that they were selling. It's 12 feet tall, and she put that in her yard.
That's huge.
Oh, that looks good. What is that, Greg?
That is Dion.
Odin is my
Dion
overlord.
is my overlord from
Tracker, the Valhalla series. Oh,
That's very on brand.
yeah.
So you see all that.
Lactose double IPA. Looks the part, that's for sure.
Looks lactosey.
Thanks, Lauren. Lauren hit it.
Let you fight.
And to Kevin, the comment before, so you need to see me rock some heels. I will share photos to you. That is not a problem. I will, I'll let you see it after. It was on my Instagram actually a while ago, but it was like years and years back.
What's that Instagram? Drop that. Now it's time for a sponsor. What's your Instagram? Now, what is it though?
It's just Casey Palmer. It's the most boring Instagram label ever. At Casey Palmer. On my Instagram, you'll find various pictures of me and my kids and me up to all sorts of shenanigans. Not as many shenanigans in COVID times, but when we're back and running, shenanigans will abound. I love shenanigans.
And Casey, can you tell us what you're doing on the side?
So many things. Mine be mad busy. The main focus of my life right now is a book. I'm writing a book on Black fatherhood, which is going to be a massive undertaking, but I'm looking to honor all the different styles of Black fatherhood out there, whether it is
Love that. I love that. Styles.
There's styles, like, right? You have your straight dads, gay dads, you have polyamorous dads, you have dads in the country, dads in the city, you have all sorts of different Black dads out there. It's not just one thing. So I'm gonna try to bring it all together into one narrative and then sleep for several months because this book is going to take the life out of me. But it's a good thing. It's a good problem to have. People want to support the book and invest in the book, which is a good thing. So I just have to write the book. That's what I have to do over the next 8 months. But it's gonna be good. I look forward to the challenge. I have lots of interviews to do.
What does writing a book look like? And Doug's an author too. So what does it look like? Do you just sit down and just start writing, or do people do you have parameters, or what the fuck goes on? I'm never going to know, so that's why I'm asking.
I guess it depends on the book. I'd love to hear Doug's insights into this, but for me, it's more just kind of, I know the end product I want to produce, and I know the steps involved. So right now, it's laying it out. It's getting, all the commitments so I can have all the pieces I need to bring it together. Some of it I can write myself when it comes down to my story and the history. But for other perspectives on it, I need to rely on other people to make sure that they're comfortable sharing their stories. So I have to lay up all that kind of stuff and work with my publisher to make sure it's all going to hit the deadline. But it's a lot of project management.
So are you good with deadlines, or are you fucking horrible?
I suck with deadlines. Some deadlines are not my jam. I'm a horrible planner. I hate deadlines. I have clients up here who are kind of Casey. Wasn't that due 4 days ago? And I'm like, but was it? So
man,
yeah,
deadlines are good and bad, man. Because I will get what I need to get done, but I will wait almost every time to the last, and that's where I'm at with school. And I got 3 days till school's over. And I literally got 3 full fucking days of work. Literally, no bullshit. Get up, start doing school, do it the whole day, and then go to bed and get up again and do it the whole day Sunday, and then I'll be done. Yay.
Yeah, to be fair, these past 3 days have been a black hole of time. So, I mean, I think you get a pass on waiting this long.
But it wasn't good though, because I'm like, oh, this will be good, because I got this last week, and then I realized this is fucking election week.
And the thing is, it's normally not a week. Usually, it's the election. They call it, say, well, all the stuff's never finalized.
3 days, even 2.
Usually, it's unless once in a great while you'll have Gore Bush back in the day, but
is it a coincidence when it keeps happening though, Doug?
Yeah, but I think generally we know the night of the election. Generally, we do for the most part.
I would love to agree with that, but 16 we didn't either. People went to bed and it came out 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah, but it was still what I would consider the night of. This is Like think about Bush Gore. I think they actually kind of called it, and then it went into litigation like right away because Gore asked for recounts, and then there was all the hanging Chad nonsense and whatever. But anyway, I just think that these past 3 days, I don't know how like you have been, but for me, like productivity has been for shit. Like I can't like concentrate to do work because I'm like refreshing feeds and trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. So has not been great.
The schools help me get away from that, so that's good. And also, for sure, though, in my opinion, I think any fair-minded person, and I don't know how many of those we have left, but any fair-minded person would agree that this is because of the pandemic. And the reason it's dragging on is because I'm not trying to get into politics of this show, but one side, the GOP did not want people to start fucking doing their ballots, millions of their ballots before fucking election day. If they would have said that, we would be done and this would be over. But instead, they wanted to drag it out for whatever reason. And I think the reason is so they could undermine it. But neither one of that shit's going to work. So fuck y'all. Anyway, are we on for?
Can I make a comment about the writing thing, if I may?
Yeah. Back to the Because Casey wanted your opinion, and we went down a rabbit hole. So
well, Casey, you're writing. You're not writing fiction,
right?
Fiction is what I've been writing mostly for the past like 2 years. I barely. When I blog stuff, people like it, but it's not I don't have a lot of followers because I don't write enough on that. But like I've been writing a lot of fiction, and when you write fiction, and if you're writing, like I've been writing a boatload of short stories, which is different than writing a book. So like if you're writing a book, like for instance, Casey, when you went and you talked to a publisher, I'm assuming you're doing like traditional publishing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go to a publisher with a nonfiction, go, here's my idea. Maybe I need 2 chapters. You can go in with that, and here's what I'm looking to do, and here's the concept, and here's where I see it going. And nonfiction, you can do that. In fiction, you can do nothing of the sort. You need a finished product. Here's my finished product. And a lot of times they want to go, okay, well, that's that. But like, do you have more lined up after that? Because
sequels.
Because in fiction, they want series and they want trilogies or whatever. And, you know, not every story is the thing that I've found is like, and again, I have not had a fiction story published, to be fair. And it's a hard thing to get published in fiction. But I find that as I write more and more and I get more experience at it, I realize like not every story is a book. Not every story is even a 3,000 word. You write the story and you just write it, and then you try to chop it up and make sure it makes more sense, and you tighten it up. And some people do like, and the other thing is like, do you do an outline for yours? Like you say, here's my outline for how I want it to go.
Yep, I did. So like way my story worked out is that the president of this company reached out. Him and I had talked a couple years back, and then he reached out to kind of float this idea with me about writing a book about Black fatherhood. But he's like, you know, you can't play favorites, so you still have to write a proposal and everything. So I wrote out like a 20-page proposal with like the marketing strategy and the outline and all that kind of stuff, and submitted all that. And and then it turned into a book, and now I have to write one.
Yeah, so you don't need a marketing strategy and all that when you're doing fiction for the most part, unless you're self-publishing.
Right.
So you can go traditional. You can have some traditional place. And like I would say, so for nonfiction, is it just you talking directly to publisher, or do you need an agent? Do you need like there's different things. Like with fiction, it's like you need an editor, you need an agent, you need someone who's negotiating for you with the publisher.
I could have got an agent. I chose not to because the deal was actually pretty good. I did a lot of comparison with what was out there, and you know the rates were solid. There were no really secret terms or surprising terms on the contract itself, but I do have in-house editing that I'll be relying on as part of it. And the actual publisher itself, there's 20 people who work at the publishing house, so I'll be relying on some of that to make sure I can, not have to do everything.
Yeah, you need an outside editor, I think, just because you need different eyeballs on it. Because I think so. Let's say you wrote your book, and now you're like, okay, now I need to reread it to make sure I'm doing that, and then I need to reread it again, and I need to reread it again, and eventually it's just almost like I got this. It's because your brain will train itself to go, I've already read this line 500 times. I don't need to reread it again. But that line may have a typo. Right, and you don't realize it because you've read it 500 times. Like it's weird how your brain works with that stuff. So
That's fair. I have some friends who are very eager to get pre-reads on it when it's done. So there will be many beers offered to many people in the beginning to at least get this up and running. And then as it gets more serious and more towards the publication date, I'm sure we'll firm it all up. But it's a process. I actually started up a Facebook group with, I think I have about like 30 odd friends and peers in there so far. Just be like, if you're actually interested in this entire long ass process is going to be involved in me writing this book, this is where you're going to find all the updates, because I'm not going to subject everybody to it. But I'll holler at you. Don't worry.
Invite us.
I will invite you, and you can suffer with me. It'll be great.
Sweet.
That said, to my publisher, thank you for the opportunity. Suffer is a word. I look forward to writing it. I look forward to, like, honestly, one of the things I wanted to do, if COVID sorts itself out, one of the things I want to do is when there's a book launch, I want to do a barbecue book launch, because I feel between, this is going to be completely un-PC, but I've been in this long enough that I really don't care. So between fathers and Black people, they both love barbecue so much that I'm just like, it's a perfect convergence. It's great.
Yes.
Best plan. So it's going to happen.
That applies to American Black people too.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. It applies to American Black people. We love our fucking barbecue and we love to do it.
Oh no, no. Canadian Black people got it from y'all. Don't worry. Like, it's not something we invented. We're like, oh, y'all love it down there. We see it. We want to try it. Now we're like, yeah.
But here's the thing. I would go, hey, do you have different things that I can try that's barbecue? Because I want to try them. That's it. If Canadian,
you know what? It's funny.
Doing things, I want to try that stuff.
It's funny. On the east end, so I'm east of downtown Toronto. I'm on the east side. And over here, we have a place called Beach Hill Smokehouse. And the guys who came here, like the guys who run it, are cousins who came up from Dallas. And so they're legit pit masters who brought their craft up here. They brought up like $100,000 like smoker and installed it in the place. And it's just kind of like, it is the joint. It is the place I go to. It's like, everyone tells me they've been barbecue. I'm like, where are you going for barbecue? And they tell me where they've gone in Toronto. I'm like, shut your face. Let's go over here. And they're just like, what is it? Oh, yo, let's talk about Darren Carter. Bring it on. I love it. Good segue. Well done. Darren Carter in the house.
Yeah, no, because he personally, Darren and I talk here and there, but he personally contacted me today for a favor, and I talked to him today, or I was messaging with him. So he came right to mind when you said barbecue, and we were like, oh yeah, Black people barbecue. So I wanted to throw him out. There he is right there. Boom, our boy. So cheers for that. Cheers. This is a juicy, this is one of those that leaves that like sugary film on your lips. You know what I'm talking about?
Isn't it like sour gummies? Like, isn't it like?
No, this is the lactose double IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Oh right, we moved on. I'm totally on the same show as you guys. I promise.
Yeah, it's
we've been distracting you with silly questions about Canada. So
yeah, we're all over the place too. Ben says he's been drinking even more than normal this week.
Everyone's been drinking. Well, this
cheers to that for you, Daniel, because that's how I've been.
Right. Jane says the black hole sucks. What happened to my week? I'm not sure either. Right.
Oh yeah, Jane's one of my peoples. Jane, this week is just gone. Just enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Let's try again next week.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That was a nice beg. That was nice begging there, Casey.
But Bush and Gore.
Yeah, I know. No, hey JHD, that went on until December 12th.
Man, Christmas. Look at the Darren ears ringing or something.
I may have messaged him.
Hey,
we were just talking. We name dropped you when we're talking about barbecue a second ago, because you are the man who knows his way around the grill. We love it, man. Darren, please keep it up. I need to order some of your sauce. If you're shipping across the border, I'm gonna make that happen. So I'm gonna get in touch with you. We'll figure that out.
Also, Darren gave the most shit to Greg I've ever seen anybody give Greg shit for ever in person, and it was like, whoa, man. It was kind of valid, kind of not, but
I was gonna say, did he deserve it? Did he deserve it?
It was valid. It was 100% valid.
Because Greg went to Cleveland, right? And you were there, and he was. Darren's like, hey man, you were there and you didn't see me. And Greg's like,
I've had people
no,
do that in Toronto.
The thing about it though, it was twice, Doug. It wasn't just once.
Oh, okay,
It was
that's right.
twice.
That's right.
So it was 100% valid. I can't even remotely even say it was even a little bit legit. I was wrong twice. I wasn't just wrong once. I was wrong twice.
You know, Darren would have been like, here, man, you're here. I'm going to feed you a shit ton of barbecue. Here you go, man.
And yes, it was valid.
This is why we have the show, guys. This is why we have the show. Brings everyone together.
Darren and I agree 100%. I fucked up, right?
And that was the last large gathering I was ever at.
Oh man,
that was Dad 2.0.
And it seems seriously that was 2 years ago. I don't care what anybody says.
That's how time works now.
Right? Like that's how it feels. I mean, come on, seriously though. Does it feel like it was in the
I agree with you. I agree. I don't care if anyone tells me like my calendar was like 9 months ago. I'm like, shut up. No, it wasn't.
This was in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man.
What does that even mean? Are you a blacksmith too?
I got forceful steel.
Is he forging swords in his plate? Like Darren.
maybe he's secretly Zoolander. Black steel. Was it black steel?
Blue steel.
Blue steel. That's right.
It's 2020, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
That
seems like a gazillion years ago, but it wasn't.
It was 8 months. It was 8 months ago.
Yeah. And you have Manny over here who sends himself invites to a party, so he feels like he's interacting with someone. I'm like, that's so 2020. It's so sad but true, but it's so 2020.
Yeah, and I've been doing this school for like 3 months now. And like I just feel like once I'm done, like it's been a good way to like just say, oh yeah, just stay home and do stuff. You know, I'm really gonna start getting antsy after that, and there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. Maybe I'll
What
go
do you want to do with the schooling?
I can't even go to Doug's house because I'll get stopped at the border. They'll say you're from Wisconsin, and they'll say get the hell out of here. So
Wait,
I can't go to
stop you at the state border?
In New York, they will right now, currently at the moment, they're telling people to not come here from any other states. I think Cuomo did it. I don't know how long it's for. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
no, bitches.
You know, we have certain states that are allowed. I think it's like New Jersey. I think
New Jersey makes
Pennsylvania,
sense.
Connecticut, but it's a handful. And like I was supposed to do something with my brother-in-law to go, and they were supposed to come into New York State, and we were going to go hang with them. And like the next day, they were like, "No, we can't come because Ohio is on the list. We can't come into New York State." So yeah, so yeah.
So I don't know how all that works, Casey. I don't want to find out. Meaning, I don't know how it works. Whether if I would just start driving and I got there and they'd be like, "All right, you got to, what's going on?" I have no idea, but I ain't gonna be the one to find out.
Yeah, that's like my mom and the vaccine. My mom has said basically, it's like, listen, when the vaccine comes out, I'm gonna let white people try it first. I'm like, Mom, come on. She's like, no. We've been through this too many times in life. I'm like, okay. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm not. I'm just saying
she's not wrong. She's not. Well, Casey, I don't even want to get into the science of it, but like the reality is if no black people participate in the vaccine, then it's not for us. It's a white vaccine.
Yep.
No, it's not a
white vaccine.
We have to be involved in it so that our genetics are in the mix.
I'm sorry. I just saw Chris's comment. Chris's comment is on point. Yes, my mom's a genius. She knows. I know. I don't doubt her for a second. I'm just saying.
Wisconsin's got the Rona bad. Don't even make me pull up that map that shows the whole state is red. The whole state. Red
you got it bad.
Yeah. So I'm good. I'm good where I'm at with the home.
That was an impressive usher.
Thank you. I am gonna get us banned from YouTube one day, and it's gonna be horrible. And Greg's gonna be like, "I told you."
I got us banned for that. We're Rage Against the Machine, so we're already in.
Yeah. Well, remember, Greg, when I said, let's watch this video for this trailer for this show, and we had trouble for like playing like a trailer that they had on YouTube.
So I want to know if you guys feel bad for this lady. She really has something to say. Ready?
Uh-huh.
She really has she has, something's going on here.
You come in our neighborhood pulling our signs. You come in our neighborhood pulling up our signs. And then she have her tag. Then she have her tag covered up. Then she have her tag covered up.
Please let me go. I need some help. Sir, I'm really sorry.
You're sorry for what?
I did that.
Can you go put it back?
Yes, I will.
Can you go put it
I
back?
promise I will.
Because I'm getting ready to call the police.
I'll go put it back.
You're from Hillsborough County, and you're coming in here destroying the neighborhood that I grew up in. You're coming in here and you're destructing the neighborhood that I grew up in.
It said flush Trump.
That's freedom of street.
It said flush the turd.
That's freedom of
It's
speech.
disrespecting the current president.
That's the freedom of speech.
So she had to go steal the flush the turd sign because it's, quote, disrespecting the president. Thoughts?
Question. She's in a car and she took the sign, right? That's what I'm understanding.
Mm-hmm.
What's stopping her from going? I'm confused.
I don't know, but let's, now that you know the context, let's see her again.
You come in our neighborhood pulling our signs. You come in our neighborhood pulling up our signs. And then she have.
Do not touch my car.
Then she have her tag.
Right.
Why did you just drive away? I'm so confused.
Then she have her tag
covered. Right.
Let me go. Please let me go. I need some help.
I need some
Sir,
help.
I'm really sorry.
You're sorry for what?
I did leave it back.
Can you go put it back?
Yes, I will.
Can you go put it back?
I promise I will.
Because I'm getting ready to call the police.
I'll go put it back.
You're from Hillsborough County, and you're coming in here destroying the neighborhood that I grew up in. You're coming in here and you're destructing the neighborhood that I grew up in.
It said flush Trump.
That's freedom of street.
It said flush the turd.
That's freedom of
It's
speech.
disrespecting the current president.
That's freedom of speech.
I don't know, Michi Fox. I am suspect. That feels a little staged. That's all I'm saying.
What do you mean stage? Like, who staged what?
Well, Michi Fox sounds like he staged something with this white woman who is like, stealing flush of turd signs. Because if I'm in a car and I feel threatened in a situation, I'm a drive. I don't know why she's like ghost riding the whip while she's stealing signs. I'm just like, I'm confused. Like, get in your car and drive. What are you doing?
Why is her license plate? Why was it covered up then?
Well, you notice he was trying to film her license plate. She kept standing in front of it, and I'm wondering if you realize he kind of maybe put white when he did the video, like edited the video to kind of blot out the license plate so he didn't get.
No, she did it.
Oh, she did it. Okay,
I am pretty sure, but we'll watch it again.
But Casey, yes,
Come in
Chris,
our
tell me all
neighborhood
the
pulling our
things.
signs.
so it depends.
You come in our neighborhood pulling up our signs. And then she have.
Do not touch my car.
Then she have her tag
Covered.
Then she have her tag covered up.
See?
She have her tag covered up.
She had right. See?
Then she have.
Okay, then she was up to some nefarious shit.
Right. Correct.
I'm not denying that she was up to something, but why don't she just drive away? That's all I'm saying.
I have no.
It's like the time we were biking near the river near the house where I grew up, and my mom was on a bike and she saw a snake on the path. Instead of biking past the snake, she jumped off the bike and ran off in the other direction.
Maybe she
now
because she didn't know. Oh shit, I'm caught. Like maybe it was one of those things.
I just there's some things that people do that I just don't understand. Is all I'm saying.
No, and Casey, does it work this way up there? And I Doug, after Casey, I want you to comment on this. So I don't know. This is the first time I believe that there was a sign war down here where people were literally taking signs and throwing them, and people would replace them, and then people put their ring doorbells, put the sign right in front of the doorbell so they could see it. And it got crazy this year. It's still crazy, but it got crazy with these signs. And then people are like, "Oh, I see more Trump signs. He's going to get reelected." And people are like using it as like a barometer on whether like Trump is going to get reelected or not. And do we have this problem up there with the signs? And
No, politics are not nearly as sensationalized up here. Justin Trudeau is the most exciting things we've had happen to politics in like 100 years up here. So,
can I disagree?
What's up?
Who is the freaking crazy guy from Toronto?
He was a mayor though. He's municipal level. Doug Ford. Or no, Rob Ford. That was Rob, who is.
There was two Fords, and one of them still passed away. Yeah. The guy that passed away was like,
Rob Ford. He was a crack addict, and that was the problem. we had someone a mayor who does crack is usually not a good. It's not a good mix.
We had Marion Barry, so
that's also true.
And then he was a crackhead, and then they reelected this crackhead.
Well, that's very true.
But let's take this on a basis of crazy American politics shit versus crazy Canadian politics shit. That Ford guy was like the apex of their crazy politician shit.
It's very true. I was in New York when that story broke. I was in New York City proposing to Sarah, and we look on a screen in Times Square. We're like, oh. like to be Torontonian in New York and look at it's like plastered across the screen. We're like, what the
Doug, you're getting called out here.
Yeah, you get that's fine, but holy shit, that I just remember being like, holy shit, Canada has a weird politician too. Wow. Like
I mean, while I hear you, Chris, I hear you, but having lived through that in Toronto, there are many other things we wanted to be known for other than that. That was not something we wanted to be on our record.
Facts. We had razor blade signs. Yeah.
What? Wait, what?
People will
razor bladed signs.
I put razor blades on the signs so then when you grab them, you would. Yeah, man.
Okay, one, what is wrong with y'all? Two, how do you have access to so many deadly things in one country? Holy crap.
We love our deadly things here, apparently.
Chill out. Stop trying to kill each other so much.
Doug, we especially love when our president is deadly. That's really, because 70 million people run on election day to reelect this mess. Anyway, sorry, it had to be said at some point. Anyway, run on election day in a pandemic, like their man does, right?
Yep, Chris. No one. They didn't watch that movie. What was the movie with Robert Downey Jr.?
Full. Chris says, people in America went full retard. Full. Doug, do you have a third beer tonight? Are we going to skip?
I have a third beer. I do. And this is the one I say because I got this and I was really excited because they didn't have the previous version. They didn't get this version in my area, and I was really disappointed because of the barrel aging that they were doing with it. So, Dragon's Milk.
Wait. We've done Dragon's Milk before, haven't we?
Yeah, but this is a variant. This is the bourbon barrel aged stout with vanilla and chai spices.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. I get chai tea lattes from that really big coffee place that I'm not going to talk about right now all the time.
The TH. Tim Hortons.
Not that one. The one you guys have.
Oh.
The green sign with the lady on it.
And like the one that causes a lot of stir with the Christmas cups. Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, until they sponsors, we're not going to say who they are. F them.
Look at that. That looks lovely. Chai, the spice of life.
Sexy glass.
Chai, the spice of life. Mm-hmm. I feel like Daniel Fisher understands me. Chris, Starbucks is a daily part of my routine because I sleep so little that I need like a chai tea latte to keep myself going. But I mean, they're not paying us though, so
Y'all can keep your chai. What's up, Doug? Look at that look.
Comment I'm getting because it had so big. Haha.
Hey-o.
I'm getting most of the foam. But I'm gonna tell you, you get the chai and the vanilla are really, 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 really nice together.
I mean, I assume they would. I'm not surprised by that.
Yes, but in a beer that can be really tricky.
Ah.
You know how, Greg, we've talked before about Dragon's Milk has some combination. You just go, what the fuck are you doing?
Brilliant.
And honestly, most of them you go, that just shouldn't work, and it does. They just have a way of making things work. A few very notable exceptions, the hibiscus one we talked about, which was fucking terrible.
Wait, someone messed up hibiscus
in a bourbon barrel aged stout? Yes, it was not good.
Oh yeah, fair.
So it's again, they just have such a great way of balancing flavors that are really, really hard fucking things to balance. How do you okay, vanilla and chai go together, but in a bourbon barrel aged stout, oh my god, they're wizards. They're wizards, Harry.
And I love it because I told them to their face. I love it. Shout out to my friend Steph Harding for enabling that whole thing. She was amazing.
Harding, if I ever get your way, I am going to be pestering the shit out of you to help me get there. So,
listen, Michigan is on my now approved list, and
fancy.
Ohio, you're on the fuck you list.
Yeah, that's a couple different reasons, but yes,
I'm going to spend my Ohio money in Michigan now. This is how it works, or this is how I work. Now, if I get drugged to a red state for a convention, that's what happens. But I'm not going out of my way to go to Ohio. Sorry, Cleveland Browns, but no. Sorry, Darren. Now I'm not even going to see. Now I missed my 2 shots to have Darren's barbecue. Now I'm not going there.
Lauren, by the way, this Dragon's Milk is dope. You are right.
Darren, Ohio. Yeah, but what happened, Darren?
Yeah, your state was supposed to be helping us get out of
right. And if you
nightmare,
would have done their thing, we would still be looking over here about somebody looking to speak and some other if Ohio would have came over. Yeah, I know. No, it's not Darren's fault.
It's not Darren's fault. No, we know. By the way, Darren.
No, Casey, we're not over it. No.
Yeah. So, by the way, Darren did a fantastic fucking post about voting. I don't know if you saw it. It was a beautiful freaking piece that he wrote, and it was not a piece that he wrote in a blog or anything. He just talked about voting and what it means to vote in America as a black man, and it was a gorgeous thing.
Ooh, I like it already. I'm gonna look it up.
Chicken noodle soup. Broth.
There are chicken noodle soups that are definitely not this thick. These are facts. Cheers, Chris. Cheers.
That is all right. Ugh.
Hey, Doug, what county were you born in Pennsylvania?
Well, no, I was not born in Pennsylvania. I was born in Miami.
Oh, grew up in Pennsylvania.
I grew up in a county in Pennsylvania called Northumberland.
That's Trump territory. Sorry.
Oh, it is very much. The Facebook stuff I see from people I went to high school with, it's like I don't even want to go home.
But Doug, we're Lehigh Valley, where I'm from, was Trump territory last time. So
yeah, but it's not now.
Well, it looks like it shows tough now. But my point is, my point is that it was Trump territory, and it was a place that I didn't want to go because of it, and I absolutely did. But now it's not, so it's kind of a different thing. But Philly is my shit. So give a shit. Oh, we're gonna hear from the guy who won the election, but we're still waiting for him to win it. Because Casey, in America, you could have 5 million votes more than the next guy, and you still haven't won the election.
Yeah, the
You know
electoral
about that?
college is some craziness.
You know, did you?
The guy that won by that is winning by nearly 5 million votes still hasn't won the election.
Right. We're waiting for the dude to win who already won the election to win it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Doug, you act like that's crazy. You act like it's
that seems totally logical.
Yes, right.
Fucking electoral college.
Chris hates the electoral college.
I'm with you, Chris. I just told him to fuck off. I think I'm pretty much on the same team.
Does anybody else like it?
The people who made gerrymandering.
You know who does like it? Super rural Americans, because they're afraid they're not going to have a voice. That's the only reason.
I was good. You didn't take my answer. My answer is the party that's been elected president 3 times, even though they didn't win a popular vote any one time.
One time in the last 8 elections.
Right. But they've won the presidency, 3 or 4 times in that process.
Yeah, and nominated 12 or 13 Supreme Court justices in that time. Yes.
No, it's not going to happen here. So don't. Not. I mean, it's not. It really sounds nice on a whiteboard. I was going to say on paper. Sounds really nice on a whiteboard. Doug, you were saying something?
I'm not even sure what I was saying anymore.
Okay.
Well,
Charlie's right.
The problem is we also have fucking. All right. So we always shit on Trump. There is nobody worse for this country than Mitch McConnell by a mile. That guy is a super shithead, but extraordinarily smart and calculating and really good at what he does. But do you think he's ever going to allow a fucking electoral college thing to go? Because he knows, no, because then guess what? Kentucky and fucking Wyoming and all those states are not going to have a say. Is what they're
just like anything and everything else on this planet. He has an expiration date, and it's coming. And he's not going to be able to hold this shit up forever. Man, I don't even think the man has black hands.
Yeah,
I don't know how far we're going to make it here. I'm with you, and I'm not saying. I'm just saying the expiration date is coming very, very fast on that one, and it may come on January 5th. Let's just hope it comes on January 5th, because if we can get these 2 people in the Senate, then the Senate will flip to Democrats, and whatever Moscow Mitch says it'll mean a lot less.
Because then the deciding vote would be Kamala Harris.
So correct. So we can get rid of him on January 5th. If we don't, his time is coming, man. And I don't know. I don't believe in karma, but I've seen it. That's all I got.
Well, there's some people that seem to elude it, and he seems.
Wait, Casey, what? So Casey, when I say I don't believe in karma, I don't believe in it in an aspect of like you can expect it to come. How about that? So like if somebody does something bad to me, I'm not going to expect that karma is going to right my wrong.
But you see it play out.
What's that?
Okay.
But I
have
seen
it play out. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not anything that you can be like, oh, I'm going to make this happen, or I hope karma gets them. But I think everybody's seen karma work where someone's been shitty and then they got shit on, and that's just what happens.
Definitely.
Right. So that's where I'm at with karma.
Okay.
I saw you gave me a look, so I had to.
I was so confused for a second. I was like,
oh, we got some comments here while I was running my mouth.
Yeah, no, well, people chiming in.
That damn turtle has more lives than a cat.
That damn toddler had no friends.
So we call Mitch McConnell, we call him a turtle, and actually because he looks like
I'm gonna be a true Canadian right now and Google the hell out of this guy because I heard the name, but I don't know who he is.
Let's just say. So you were talking about the Senate having more power than the president. He runs the Senate.
Oh,
and so you probably know tangentially about the Supreme Court in America and how they basically decide the biggest cases.
Mm-hmm.
Barack Obama was in his last year of his presidency, and a little under 300 days left in his presidency, Antonin Scalia passed away. Yep, there's Mitch McConnell.
I understand why.
That fucking turtle-looking motherfucker wields more power in this country than almost anyone else.
Wow.
Yes. So, anyway, when Barack Obama waited a month to nominate another guy because he was like, I want to be respectful of the Supreme Court justice that passed, and Scalia was a fucking super right-wing dude. So Barack Obama waited a month and then nominated a guy named Merrick Garland, who was a very middle of the road, not a liberal, not a conservative, he's very right down the middle kind of guy. And McConnell wouldn't even bring him up for a vote because as a guy who's a Senate Majority Leader, he doesn't have to bring anything to the floor for a vote because he controls it. He said, I think in an election year, we should not have a Supreme Court justice nominated because the people should vote and decide. So when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, a month and a half before the election, he said, oh, no, that's not the case. This is an incumbent president. And used that. That was his quote unquote logic for it and pushed through a fucking goddamn Handmaid's Tale wingnut onto the Supreme Court. Yeah, she is. I tell you this, not as a joke, Casey. The religious sect that Supreme Court justice in was the sect that the Handmaid's Tale was based on. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anywho,
sorry, folks. I went on a tangent about politics. I'm a politics nerd. I apologize.
If you're a politics nerd, then I'm something else because I'm way past you, and it's awful. But anyway,
fun.
Right, I agree, Kelly. Get your shit and get the. I'll say
to the left, to the left.
Also,
so when is Melania, or some people call her Laria? I'm just saying.
Nobody's seen her. Nobody has seen her.
Many people have said that they mistake her, call her Malaria. Many people say that.
Many people are saying this. Many
people. Right. So, listen. I'm not saying malaria. I'm just telling you that many people are saying it. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Okay, cool. So
yeah.
So I think she's already gone. Casey, did you see this? There was a moving truck out, like when Donald Trump
White House
started to look really bad. They put somebody had a moving truck. Right.
What the hell?
That was her moving truck. I don't know.
Can I make the point that nobody since remember Trump was diagnosed with COVID and she was as well, and nobody has seen her. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw that weird shit where they're having Trump supposedly with her, and there's these women who look nothing like Melania, dressing like her with the sunglasses, and I was like,
this has been debunked.
Saddam Hussein shit. Like, just if she's sick, just say she's fucking sick. Like,
the top is Melania. Google search right now is Melania Trump okay?
Nobody knows.
Come on, Charlie. You never heard malaria? Come on.
I've heard her called Melanie, which I have a couple of friends who are Melanie who are really, really pissed off about that.
Yeah, melanoma. Yeah, I heard that.
Whoa. All right. I'm going to a pop culture reference here. Buck melanoma. Molly Russell's wart. Do you know what movie that's from?
Every time I hear melanoma now, I just hear David Stanley in my head. That's where I'm at.
No. That is a quote from a Canadian actor who passed away. John Candy? John Candy and Uncle Buck.
I haven't watched Uncle Buck in a long time. I need to go check it out.
Great movie.
I need to watch that again.
That's what I need to watch my boys.
Yeah, when he goes in to like talk to the principal because the daughter didn't have, and he's like, and she has this giant mole on her face, and he's like, "Hi, Buck melanoma, Molly Russell's wart." It's like, I don't know why that just slays me every fucking time. I'm a dork. Sorry.
No. That's why this show is great.
Kelly got it.
Well done, Kelly.
Kelly,
Well done.
I'm high-fiving you from up here.
So people, okay, so Chris says that she's sick of him trying to hold her hand. We're talking about malaria. I mean, listen, I'm just telling you that many people say malaria. I'm telling you not to say it though, Doug. Thank you. Or spread that. That's bad.
Yeah, doppelgangers. You are correct, Victor. That's what I was talking about.
Right, but that has been debunked by fact checkers. Just telling you. Yes, and I can send it to you if you want.
I'd love to, because the thing is, I look at those, and I'm not one that's like looking for weird shit to be like, what's that? No, I'm like, God, that doesn't even look like her. What? Maybe she just has different makeup. Maybe that's what I'm missing.
I believe the fact checkers, and I was on your side until I read the fact check. The lady in the house was like this big Melania. Like, that's not her. That's not her. So then I was like, no, it looked like it. So then I found a fact check, and then I sent it to the lady, and she's like, I don't care. And I'm like, what? She's like, why can't I be like the Trump people and like believe what I want? And I'm like, no. So we
because science.
Right. So she snapped me.
None of your country is gonna be saved by it in this. We're all gonna be nuts.
We're not. Okay. Newsflash: we're all fucking crazy, Casey. We're crazy. All of us.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Yeah. Now I gotta have a conversation. Now I gotta really talk. Casey, look, I gotta break it down to you. We're all fucking nuts. Okay.
Okay.
So you get to choose whether you get the nuttiest of the bunch, or you get like, half roasted nuts, or you get like, you know what I mean, the full out crazy, and like
full out slow roasted right in there.
Doug told you early in the show that if you have a red hat in America, you're the full out nuts, in my opinion. And so yeah, you pick your poison, man. That's what you got to do. And half of us are running around with guns that don't know how to shoot them too. We love our guns. We don't know how to aim, shoot, nothing. There's a segment. Listen, there's the 10%, 15% segment of people who use their guns proudly, good. They're trained. They're hunters. They hunt for food. They use it responsibly. They respect the Second Amendment. And then you have 80%, in my opinion, who don't respect it. It's a game. They want to have 16 of them. They collect them like like my friend over there collects these little trinkets. People collect guns. They're morons. They're intimidating, all that. So you have 80% there, and then you have the 20% who are good, responsible, clean gun owners who need to be respected and should be respected and should be able to have them.
You know what? It was the moment I realized that American Walmarts sell both rifles and coffins. I was like, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
You get everything in one stop down here. You can get everything.
I can't.
I remember having a conversation with a fellow Canadian blogger of yours, Chris Reed. And he was at a Dad Bloggers Conference, and we were in New Orleans. And I was like talking to him about something, and he went home, and then later I was talking to him, and somehow the topic of gun came up, and he goes, I didn't even think about the idea that I'm wandering around in the United States.
Right.
And you don't know fucking half the people you run by could be.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, that never ever occurs to me when I'm walking Canada.
Doug, I didn't even think about that right now. Until you mentioned that right now, I hadn't meant about the fact that in all the time I spent in both DC and New Orleans, that could have been a very real concern. I hadn't thought about that until right now.
No, neither did Chris. He was just like, I didn't even think that. It's not my reality. I'm in Canada. That shit doesn't happen up in Canada.
Yeah, you can listen. You can. There's two ways to do this too, Casey. You can either gun up yourself, literally, gun up, or you just don't care. You just follow yourself in.
I mean, that's where it was until a second ago.
Right. Right. It's ignorant. Man, when they say ignorance is bliss, come on now.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about it.
Our country is so fucked up right now. The only part I disagree with is the right now part.
Right now?
kind of been fucked up the whole goddamn time, apparently. Make assholes go away. Yup. I'm convinced the Fred Savage bit from Austin Powers was ripped from Uncle Buck. Now I've seen both.
That might be.
Huh.
That might be. That's a good point. I have to rewatch that. I rewatch them both.
Malaria hates Christmas.
Faking Christmas.
Charlie, I'm just telling you, Charlie, many people said malaria. It doesn't mean you should, dude. Okay? All right, cool. It doesn't make it right, Charlie. Thank you.
That's Kelly's reference to Uncle Buck. I'm going to tell you,
Yeah.
I haven't watched that in a while. Just what? Listen, we all need a palate cleanser right now. That is a great movie for a palate cleanser.
Manny says he's pretty sure that Melania is a hologram.
I'm going to say this right now, and it's not just because Kelly's watching, but I look forward to the next time we have the Pressberries on because, oh my goodness, that was a hilarious show.
Have they taken our invitation for the 18th of December?
I don't know. They should because it was hilarious. I bust all the guts.
And Lauren
don't say mole. Mole.
Lauren, you owe us another guest appearance. Lauren, let's go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I would love to chat with Lauren.
Yes,
so long.
Lauren's best.
Lauren,
maybe it's one day I can leave and you guys can do this.
Oh, you want a week off? What?
Charlie says it's not right to call Melania malaria, but it's funny. And I didn't do that. I'm just explaining.
Hey, can we get back to the question of when is Melania divorcing Trump? What is the over under on when she leaves that guy? Because do any of you think when he is not president, she's going to stay with him?
Give me the over. She ain't leaving.
Why not?
Because she is him. She loves it. She was a birther. She was a birther.
Set it plus 300.
No.
I disagree.
I'm
think
over.
she fucking hates it. I think she fucking detests being that.
No, I think she detests
I think she likes being the first lady. I think she hates being his wife.
Oh, I think it's the other way around. I think I completely disagree with you. I think she hates being first lady, and I think she just wants to go and be like the fucking mob boss bitch who just gets money, and like he goes and does his dumb shit, and like that's what she like. That's where I'm at. I think she really hates being damn. I think she really hates being first lady more than being his wife. Actually, that's where I'm at.
I think it's different. I think it's the opposite. But hey,
we'll see.
We'll see. The only thing I could say is that so deep in the weeds. Forgive me. We all know there's a whole bunch of connections to our president and Mother Russia, and I think Melania is from Russia. Is she not? Or maybe like one of the satellite states that used to be part of USSR?
I'm going to find out right now.
But I could see it being something where like it's like I married Trump and because I had all these things and now if I leave him, I'm really fucked.
Slovenia,
which is a former province of the USSR.
Yep.
See, again, I completely disagree.
Again, that's conspiracy theory nonsense. So
yeah, not you. I completely disagree with JHG. I don't think she's trapped at all. I think she wants to be there. I think she likes being there. I think she likes being his husband. I think she likes all of it. Like we have the whole like she smacked his hand and all that. But that's all. Again, if you really wanted to leave Melania, you would have left. Like she was a birther. She doesn't remember what did that jacket say? I don't care about the kids in the cages. Right. She's down with all of it. She's just as corrupt and as nasty and as asshole as he is. That's where I'm at. So she ain't going anywhere. So we'll see, Doug. We should do something though. Like if Melania leaves, I'm just telling you. Like a lot of people say it, Casey, and like it gets in my head. I can't stop. Sorry. If Melania leaves, maybe we'll chug a beer or something. Or if she leaves,
we'll do each other a beer of some importance.
Yeah, we'll do something. We got to do something special if that happens. So because
we'll be cheering for Misery, it'll be great.
But isn't it funny though? Like we're in the weeds, but isn't it funny how the right used to really, really go after Hillary because she stayed with her man, and now we have Melania staying with Trump, and I don't hear shit from any of those people. And this motherfucker is raped, sexually abused, all kinds of bullshit. She's like, oh, it's cool, it's cool.
Yeah, he was also a big buddy of Jeffrey Epstein, and nothing said about
and
that.
I love having a stream that I can say whatever the fuck I want. Bill got a blowjob and a fucking at his job, and all of a sudden I was supposed to like cast some bad dispersions on Hillary Clinton. Like, was she there, like egging it on? Was she like? You people
if she was, who gives a shit? If she was being like, "Hey man, get your shit on," great.
But then you have over here, and he's touching and pushing himself and Epstein himself, but that's cool though. That's cool. Okay, people, you roll. Anyway, sorry,
This
Casey.
went off the rails, Casey. Enjoy. This is America.
Yeah.
I'm glad you signed on. Aren't you glad you're part of the crew now?
This is why we didn't get a guest this week.
Oh my god!
You didn't need one.
And I knew it early. I was like, no, it's just us three, and we're just gonna have to like deal.
We're at an hour and 30, and we're like, this is going another hour and a half.
Right. And I wanted to rap so I could go back to doing schoolwork and racking my damn head. But I'd rather open up a beer. Casey, you only have one beer. What's going on?
Yeah, what's the second one, man? You have another one, right?
Now, see, we don't peer pressure. We just peer pressure our hosts.
Now, wait. Casey normally's got all the cans. What's this bottle shit you got going on here?
This is okay. So it's from the same brewery where I brought in the stout from before, the Black is Beautiful stout, People's Pint Brewing Company. And this one is what did they call this? A Serendipitous Sour, 500 milliliters, 4.9. And it's with raspberry and toasted coconut.
Ooh.
I tried this before because I was just kind of like, my buddy brought it over and I was like, I don't know how this is going to turn out because I'm not a huge coconut fan all the time. And I was like, we'll see. Freaking delicious. This is great.
Can I see the label, please? Because I'm a label nerd.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's a cool. Oh, man.
It's a light bulb.
It looks like an Edison bulb. Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to show you the side of it here, but
your lights are too bright.
My lights are too bright. I got to turn them down. I can do that. But the description is.
But Doug, we're black. We have to have the light. Right.
That's true. When we originally brewed this, the tartness wasn't exactly what we were looking for, so we decided to add hops to the sour ale. The result was a surprisingly fruity and mildly tart beer that originally started as something completely different. We now use this base recipe as a blank canvas and add all manner of different flavors. Each version is slightly different than the last.
I like that they say that each version is different because I kind of enjoy the idea where the recipes we're using the same similar recipe, but it doesn't turn out the same. I kind of always appreciate that.
Yeah.
Night Train.
Baby. What's the Night Train? What's that one, Greg?
Let's do. I jumped on Casey. I didn't mean to do that.
That's okay.
Look at the color on that. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not okay because we would have missed that beautiful pour. Look at that shit. All right, Casey. What I need to know the most is about what's up with that coconut in there.
You know what? The coconut in here offsets the tartness again. So similar to the key lime, it's really smooth. Like there's enough tartness that if you're a sour head, you're gonna love it. Like it has a really good tartness to it, but the coconut helps take the edge off of it, which is really important because you get to a point with sour beers where too much tartness makes them all taste alike, and then this one is just more like you can taste the raspberry, you can taste some of that coconut, and it gels together really, really well. So I know it's we're actually having like a second summer up here right now. Where the weather is great right now. So like patio, sitting outside, enjoying the beautiful weather while we still have it, and it's good.
We call it. I don't know if it's disrespectful or not, but we call it Indian summer here.
We did that before until we learned better.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker!
I'm sorry. The Canadian got shots.
So we let's go back here before I get to my beer. JG says melanoma is trapped. Darren says straight to jail. Are we talking about Melania? Are we talking about Trump or both? Or
I think
that was Trump.
JG says she's going to prison too. Okay, we're gonna lock everybody up. Okay. Prenup. Yeah, Melania got a post-nup, right?
That's a thing.
And then White House had it renegotiated in the middle of everything.
But I've heard this a bunch of times, is that post-nups may not stand up in court. How about that? Prenups will stand up in court. Post-nups may not, because you're already in it. What are you doing? So Kelly says, do not collect 200 and don't pass go. So I guess Kelly's in the jail thing. She's got nothing. She doesn't have Trump's money, so she's trapped. But if that posting up works, then she's not trapped, JSG. Then she got some money.
So, but the idea is also that Trump has like nearly, depending on reports, $500 million to $1 billion in loans coming due next year.
He's broke, so he ain't gonna pay her.
Broke.
He ain't gonna pay her.
And as we say up here, it's beyond broke. It's brook.
Like there's a whole thing just like a couple of days ago where Deutsche Bank was like, we're going to be done with him because he is such a bad thing for us. Like he's bad publicity. Like, so, but he has like $434 million of loans with them.
Wow.
How are they going to do that? Are they going to be like, we're going to divest that out to someone else? Who the fuck's going to buy his loans?
Kelly just called her melatonin.
Melatonin. All right. So, and then that brings up another question. So,
Kelly, it's not funny, but I know that you heard many people say that. So that's why you said it. But I'm just telling you, it's not funny. You should never say it again.
Yeah. I'm going to ask a question. Now that the administration is going to be on its way out, how many tell-all books are we going to get out of that administration?
Well, wait, how many do we have already?
We have 3 or 4, I think. How many more are we going to get? Because it's going to be more.
I love Darren's comment. Next one down.
My life with Cheeto.
So we have. Well, we're trying to be serious here.
You're trying to be serious.
Night Train. Doug, this is one. I have one for you. You should.
All right. So, what is that? What style of beer is that? Well, it's dark as fuck. That's great.
You should be. Yeah, I was about to say that, but you should be receiving one of these. This Oso Night Train is easily one of the top 5 porters in Wisconsin. And I say top 5, and I mean that respectfully. I don't mean it in a diss way. Because we've got some good ones. I don't know if you ever had that Mud Puppy one from?
Yeah, you gave me one of those. That was excellent. The Mud
That's
Puppy.
one of the best ones. And this is up there. And then they do bourbon barrel version, and they do some other things with it too. So that's pretty good. This is way better than your. I think I've had it on a show a couple times. This is way better than your Hershey.
Oh, that
Hershey didn't sound good. It just didn't
Hershey
sound.
Porter was like.
It didn't. Was it like weak though? Was it like? Was it thin? Like the mouthfeel? Was it a brown water?
I'm going to tell you, everything about that beer that I had was completely medium. Everything, the mouthfeel, the taste, the chocolate, and Jill, who hates Hershey chocolate because she just like it's fucking candy. It's not chocolate. It's milk. All of it's milk chocolate, and it's like not even like pure milk chocolate. It's like this milk chocolate derivative that's loaded with sugar. So it's like. So yeah.
So
I'm scarred, Daniel. Yeah. I'm scarred.
Yeah, Daniel wants to do the artwork for Darren's book.
And covered in Cheetos does.
No, so that wouldn't be one that we would give to Afro Beer Chick to say, here's a good porter, right, Doug?
That
Because
one I had? No.
Yeah, because listen, at this point, we can't give her anything that's a weak porter, or she's just going to tear it up like her dog.
You know what would be an interesting thing is to send her one of those and be like, hey, this porter, what do you think?
She's going to tear it up.
Like, that porter sucks. And we're like, yeah, we do.
She tears up halfway decent porters. She tears up halfway decent porters. So she's just I'll take that one and just.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. Some styles, like you and I have talked about, there's certain styles just like not our fucking jam. That's just not her jam, which I feel sorry, but that's just what it is.
Slovenia
Trump.
I don't get that
look
one.
at this. Look at this. 1,700 plus votes for Biden. Yeah. I love it. So, one last story here, and then we can start the wrap here. So one of the kind of ironic things that's going on with the politics here, Casey, is that Pennsylvania. You're familiar with Pennsylvania because it's close to Toronto, right? Okay, cool. Pennsylvania, the biggest city is Philadelphia.
Yep.
One of the places that Donald Trump completely trashed right before the election was Philadelphia, and he was like, it was rank with fraud, and there's not good people there, and it's corrupt. But one of the things about Philadelphia, and everybody who knows or who lives around Philadelphia, or who has been involved with Philadelphia, or who knows Philadelphia's reputation, is that Philadelphia is a place where people push back. And Philadelphia is a place where if you're going to say something to somebody and it's derogatory, they're probably going to say something back to you, and they might hit you, they might come at you. It's a rough around the edges place. It's not Springfield, Illinois.
I've listened to some Beanie Siegel and Meek Mill. Somewhere.
Holy shit!
Right. It's not this nice area where there's nice people there. Don't get me wrong.
Wait, you're telling me the city of brotherly love is not all that brotherly? Is that what you're telling?
It's rough around the edges.
It depends on the type of brother relationship you have.
Right. Again, there's no one in this planet that's going to tell you that that knows about Philly, that's been involved with Philly, that Philly's rough around the edges. So if you're going to trash talk Philly, you better make sure that you got some backup or something. And this man trash talk Philly, and the irony of it is that it's coming down to Philly, whether he stays president or not. And Philly's giving him a big FU because what is it? 85% of people who were voted in Philly voted against him. So I just think it's again, we're back to karma. And again, I don't believe in it, but I see it a lot. How about that? And that's a really, really, for me, it's a really, especially with this guy. Again, if you're gonna go talk trash, then you get what you get. And he talked a lot of trash on Philly. So I just love that Philly's not my favorite place. I was born there. I would never live there again. I'm reluctant to go back there. I do have a good time when I go back there, but I would never live there again. It's not my style. It's a really nice place. The people are great. Don't get me wrong, but I just love that they're getting revenge on Donald Trump. I absolutely love it. I can't say enough about it, actually. There's some silver linings in this going on. Also, the whole drag out your death is pretty great for me. I'm actually enjoying that. Like, he deserves to be drug out. Like, if we can hang him, he should hang for 8 hours, in my opinion, before he dies. So that's what's
we had his former the campaign manager or chief of staff today talk about hanging Dr. Fauci and Stephen Ray, the head of the FBI. Steve Bannon.
I thought that was beheading, but
Steve Bannon, a guy out on bail, thought that was a great idea to advertise.
I thought it was beheading to hanging too. I thought it was just beheading. Is it hanging?
Beheading. You're right, not hanging. Oh my God!
So I don't know, guys.
Broke ass Ron White looking motherfucker is talking about beheading people. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So let's lighten up the load here a little bit. Let's just.
Yes,
please. Well, I don't know if this is gonna work.
I'm actually looking up the Toronto News headlines, so you guys have an idea of what's going up in here. But we'll Let's watch a video first.
You guys should be getting more hops. You can like encourage people to go bold.
Or you can shut the fuck up.
You know what? This is at first.
Fuck up.
Oh, that sucks.
And I haven't yelled at all at you girls. I
don't give a fuck.
Respect what you do, but be nicer.
No.
Be nicer.
No. We can be as mean as we fucking want to. Get the fuck away from us then. You guys walk towards us. You guys were way down there. I didn't know you were way down there. You wanted to say something to me. Yeah, I wanted to hold this light. And I said, yeah, I'm more than happy to take it and burn it. You're like, no. And you have that right. You do. Shut up. Shut up. Don't talk. Have we spoken yet? Actually.
You know what?
Fuck, there's not a symbol of fucking freedom anymore. There's no freedom in this country. Do you know how much you women's rights have been increased the last 100?
And this is that's a really good snapshot, in my opinion, about where we are. Again, whether you agree with the Black Lives Matter or not, everybody's freaking out. Doug?
You're right.
That's where we're at, Casey. Sorry.
I was trying to find some good Toronto news to like cheer you guys up and stuff, but
I got another video. I got another video. I don't know if it's going to cheer anybody up though. I don't know if that's my thing here.
Called Arizona for Biden, and a lot of people are upset about that here. So it looks like Trump just lost Arizona.
Yeah, and it sucks.
So why do you think Trump couldn't carry the state?
Because Biden has promised all the illegals, you know, all this.
But undocumented people don't have to vote.
Yeah. You know, but it's like, but the one.
So she can't even really explain why she voted for Donald Trump.
Because she likes the racism, but it doesn't say that she likes the racism. That's really what it comes down to.
So we like the racism.
We like the racism that he says. He speaks his mind.
So,
okay. Well, yeah, you like the racism.
Doug sent me this craziness, so I don't know how much.
Not yet. Just prepare yourself, because you'll be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Well,
wait. Before you start, this is the spiritual advisor to Donald Trump. She is in the White House.
Against the election, against America, against that who you have declared to be in the White House.
Video I wanted, but yeah.
The arrow that has been shot against the president, against your plan. Right now, we cause it to ricochet and go back to sender right now. High-level demonic networks, let them be broken, let them be torn down in the name of Jesus. You are the God of division. You are the God of the sword. As much as you are the God of the olive branch. So right now, take the sword of the Lord. Take the sword of the Lord. Take the sword of the Lord and divide everything that is not of you. Separate the wheat from the tare. And strike 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 until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground. For you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. For I hear victory, 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 victory in the quarters of heaven. In the quarters of heaven, victory, 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 victory. For angels are being released right now.
Here it
Angels are
comes.
being dispatched right now. Amanda, ata, ata, raka, dede, bata, sanda, ata, ambo, osa, kata, rite, eke, banda, ata, rite, di, yashata. For angels have even been dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here. In the name of Jesus. South America. They're coming here. They're coming coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here from Africa, from South America. Angelic forces, angelic reinforcement, angelic reinforcement, angelic reinforcement. Hika hata anda ata ola bata rata ande eke eke manda rasata. For I hear the sound of victory. 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 I hear the sound of victory.
Wow.
Wow.
Who?
Oh.
He's still there.
All right, you don't have to watch the rest of it. Just that part was enough.
Wherever I go, God rules.
What fucking plays me is the guy that's walking behind her with the fucking thing and he's reading. I was like, who's this dude who's just wandering behind her while she's having this impassioned fucking speaking in tongues thing? And I asked my wife who has been in that sort of scenario, and it's like it's some sort of prayer walking thing where that's what that guy is doing, is he's actually prayer walking behind her. And that woman has a direct line to the president.
There's very little in life. There's very little that makes me choke from laughing because it's like, what the hell? Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. It's like, what is happening?
Like, what did I say? Like, it would be funny if it was true. I mean, you can't make up the shit that's going on down here. You just can't.
You can't.
You can't. Like, Doug is a fiction writer who's like, what the fuck? Like,
if I wrote that and somebody read it, they'd be like, dude, that is just too fucking weird. Nobody will ever believe that.
Right. Casey, be happy that you're writing about like real life shit as opposed to what Doug writes about, which is like, and then somebody says, like, what if you're writing for The Onion? Like, what do you do? Because you can't even, like, how do you parody the fucking parody of life? It's, yeah, so, yeah. Kanye's new album.
Holy
shit. Those walk.
Can someone call a cab company? What is this one? Oh, well.
Yeah, that guy that was walking behind her. That's what I was talking about. The guy that was just strolling behind her. Listen, everybody worships in a different way. I'm not shitting on that. I'm not shitting on that, but her doing it, and she is the fucking spiritual advisor for the president, and she's a loon.
Well, he's clearly not religious. It's funny because
he's never.
Remember, their conspiracy theory said that Barack Obama wasn't religious, but clearly Donald Trump's not religious. But my point is that, like, so if you're not religious, that's what you pick as your religious advice. Like, if I wasn't religious and I wanted to show that I was, that's not what I would pick as the person. You with me?
No,
like,
I will give you a counterpoint to that in this way. So Trump's trying to appeal to a very evangelical base, and I mean,
crazy?
I'm not talking
loony?
Like what
loony.
Yes, the far evangelical stuff, that is the speaking in tongues and all that. That is that is worship stuff to them. I'm not shitting you. That is how it works.
Okay.
And not all. Some evangelical, different sects, and they do different things because there's a gazillion different sects of Christianity. But the evangelical portion of people that he's trying to appeal to get their vote, that is a very common practice amongst them. He is bathed in the ways of the Sith.
I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do with all this anymore. I'm just like,
Hey, Casey, can I ask you one quick question before we have to wrap this up? To
yeah, hit me. What's up?
So, how often do you guys have? Do you have an election for your prime minister, or is it like when is it, or is it not? It's just something you guys go, oh well, would you just agree that Joe is going to be running everything?
No, we have one every 4 years or so. Actually, it's funny because it has been a point of contention in the last while. So when Justin Trudeau got reelected, it was after he had his entire blackface incident, and we were all kind of like, is he going to get reelected? And he did, but he had a majority seat in the House of Commons before, and then he had a minority after that because people lost faith in him. But even before that is when we still had a conservative government. So he's on the liberal side. And back in 2010, I think we had a conservative government till 2014, and then he came in 2014, Justin Trudeau. And then he got reelected in 2018. So every 4 years or so, it just doesn't have nearly as much fanfare. The political contributions are nearly as high as they are in the States. So it's a lot more of a subdued, formal, and very British approach to things, I guess.
Okay. I was curious because, again, I didn't know, like, so you have in Britain, there's a prime minister, but that's a whole different thing because they have
they have the monarchy as well.
They have an aristocracy, and then they have the parliament, and it's like a whole different kind of political system than what Canada is. So yeah,
but it's not. God, you couldn't get two different fucking leaders between the Canada guy and the guy that we have now. You couldn't. Like when I hear the Canada guy, like I'm serious, his accent alone and the way he talks just soothes me. I'm like, dude, you could talk all fucking day and I'll listen to you. Now this motherfucker down here, the second his mouth opens, it's like anxiety. It's like, what kind of fucking crazy shit are you gonna say? Like I know Justin might bullshit me. Like I know that, I understand. Like they're gonna both might bullshit you. Justin's gonna bullshit you and like everything's fine. You're cool. He's not gonna bullshit you in a way that like Donald Trump is gonna bullshit you, like lie straight to your face. Like you're not gonna die, dude, and then tomorrow you're dead. Justin's not gonna lie to you in that way. Justin's gonna try to like just comfort you. Like that's what I get out of this guy. And
it's true.
Even when I saw like, because I used to watch one of the comforting things in the early pandemic for me was watching the governors and like the people talk. And like I started gravitating to the ones that made me feel more comforting or like made me feel better. But it's still telling me the truth, but it was still like, like your grandfather. Like your grandfather could like tell you something really bad, but he still could comfort you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Your grandmother. Like that's Justin for me. Whereas Trump is just like, he's like my crazy uncle who I see on Thanksgiving. And fucking like, I don't want to hear shit from you. You'll never go to him for any kind of solution at all. You'll go to him to like figure out whether like you're right about politics. So you be like, hey, you a MAGA? Yeah, okay, well, I'm right where I'm at. Okay, good. Like, like that's how like crazy uncle. Whereas Justin, you're like, you turn him on and he's just like blah blah blah, and then he talks in that French and it's just so sexy, man. It's just crazy. The whole thing. It's bad. No, he speaks sexy. Am I wrong? Like
I want you all to know that we are here for you, and we'll get through this together because we are Canadians, and we need each other to get through these challenging times.
Right, and Trump's like, well, if you're white,
only I alone can fix everything.
Right.
It's going to be a wonderful solution. It's going to be such an amazing solution. You're all going to love it.
The best solution.
Right. Is the best solution.
Many people are telling me it's the best solution.
Right.
Hey, I got all these leaders, and then they go, sir, how can you do this, sir? Nobody called you sir, dickhead. I assure you.
Right. So I
think we need to wrap this up because I'm going to need like 15 more beers if we're going to keep going.
Yeah, and I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here. So I'm going to say the first one is, I'm going to go first because, damn it, if I don't go, we're not going to
do it.
Samuel Adams Oktoberfest is a really good part of the style. I'm just not trying to drink Oktoberfest beers in November. I don't know who is, and that's bad. It's a bad thing because Oktoberfest beers go great with Thanksgiving. The problem is, a lot of them are just old and outdated. I don't know when this was, but this was a good one.
Just celebrate them on Canadian Thanksgiving. You'll be fine.
When is that?
Second Monday in October.
Right. Oh, and we're going to do a bigly. Kelly wanted us to know. We're not just going to like cure everything. We're going to do a bigly. Right. Like his hyperbole is part of the problem, Casey. Like at some point you just stop believing it and you just hear bullshit. Like you hear wonka 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 wonka.
That was the very first day I heard that dickhead speak. But
whereas with Justin, it takes longer for you to figure out he's bullshitting you. If he is, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, again, you got to go through the facade and like, again, he's a good-looking guy. He speaks great. He's smart. He has like all, you know what I mean? It's all there. He's young, vivacious, all that shit. And then you're like, and then you see Dump with his fucking hair half off. He looks like fucking somebody ran over him at a fucking demolition derby. And you're supposed to like, that's supposed to incite like, yeah,
confidence in your country. Yeah.
Let's go. Right. Like, anyway. So, the second one is, I'm glad we had this show, man, because I had that it was great that we didn't have a guest too, because we would have shit all over the guests. Because it's just true though. Because especially now with the, we got Joe talking right now, literally, where he was just talking, like with the whole, election thing. It was my idea, so I'll say it was a good idea for me that we didn't have a guest, because again, a guest wouldn't have been able to deal with this mess of us tonight. We're a damn mess.
Depends on the guest. If we would have had Aaron Gouvet on here, that would have been a fucking shit show.
You're right.
No.
That's the only guest, though. You're right, Greg. Sorry.
No. It's the truth. Like there was one or two guests that would have worked. You're right. Night Rain Porter. It's a really good one. It just didn't really stand out in the bold flavors that I had tonight, and that's why this is a really good one too. But again, the style just makes it so it's a boring style. You know what I mean? Like it's not boring. It's just straight up. It's like you buy an Oktoberfest. It should just drink like that. You know what I'm talking about, though.
You know what you're getting. That's what you're
right.
getting.
It's not like a New Holland variant, which is
something like I had. Yeah, that'll be in
right. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, the Dion Overlord, the double IPA, it was really good. Overall, though, it was really, really sweet. But it was the only beer that I finished here tonight, so that's just something.
Wow.
And then last and surely is the sour gummy. I still have most of that here, but I'm going to finish that bitch. It was just way too tardy. Or not way too tardy. It was good, but it was one of those that I just will want this much and I will be able to like pass it. It was one of those like, let me get that flavor out, and then, but it's kind of like it's gonna kill your palate if you just drink all of it at once. So they were all good. So yeah, that's mine.
Casey, you want to go next there, sir? You had two. See what you got.
So I'm gonna put in second place for tonight was the Serendipitous Sour from People's Pint. Now I will say that they were both good beers. This one is just more of a summer beer, and as we move, like it's November, so it doesn't really mix with a lot of what's going on right now as per food and different flavors that are happening out there right now. But it is a good beer. I've only been introduced to People's Pint in the last little bit, and I've been very impressed with their sours and their stouts and everything. So I do, if you're in Toronto and watching this, People's Pint, check them out. But my go-to for tonight was the Key Lime Shapeshifter Plus from Halo Brewery over on the west end of town, which I don't normally frequent, but I will go for this. Though they deliver, so whatever. Anyway, very smooth, very delicious, tons of flavor. Key Lime Shapeshifter from Halo Brewery is what's up. And if you know Halo, you know they do small batch runs. So if you want to get on it now before it's too late, because you're going to be like, oh, we don't have any more. And I'll be like, I told you. I tried. So Key Lime Shapeshifter plus. Very good.
Plus. Double plus.
Wow.
I don't know what the pluses mean.
Double plus good.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
All right. So I think it's no surprise that this was my least favorite. The Yuengling Hershey's Porter. I had not a lot of expectation out of this, to be fair. And it was just kind of meh all the way around. Again, if you're looking for something that has some chocolate flavor that you can drink a lot of, a low ABV, might be your jam. Not mine. Number two was my Three Philosophers Barrel Aged. This was really fucking good because what I was expecting was I'm not sure what I was expecting because it was a year old. But when I got it, it was like the bourbon and the quad flavors were like really, both of them were up front and they played well together. This just mellowed out so well Like everything is just smooth. Honestly, it's probably in around 9.5%, 10%, and you wouldn't know it if you just drank it. It was just that smooth and very easygoing. I wish I had aged like 5 of these because I could have drank all 5 of them tonight. They were so good. But this, just for fucking awesomeness sake, was the Dragon's Milk Bourbon with vanilla and chai spices. Again, vanilla and chai go together, but with a beer, especially a bourbon aged beer, and it's just like, how do you fucking make all that shit work? And Dragon's Milk, time and time again, makes almost everything that they try work. Again, a few bumps where they just don't. This totally fucking works, because the idea of having that with bourbon barrel aged beer just sounds like it shouldn't work, and it just does. I drank all of my beers, but this one I drank the fastest because it was just so fucking good.
You make me want to try Dragon's Milk. Seriously, I after the number of kudos you guys are giving them, I'm like, I really want to try Dragon's Milk.
I am gonna find a way to get you Dragon's Milk, and I'm gonna try to find a way to get you variants, because Dragon's Milk by itself is fucking amazing. Just the base Dragon's Milk is my favorite bourbon barrel aged stout by a mile.
One of our friends got a beer mail from Tiffany Martin, so it is possible. So Dan Boobin got
Dan Boobin got it from
Yes. So we're able to. We should try to ship Casey something.
I think I can make that happen.
I think I'm going to try it too. So thanks, fellas, for being on. We will see Doug and I next week with Robert Scroggs, who is a certified and Doug and him we're going to get into a whole bunch of beer stuff. But next Tuesday, I don't even think we told Casey. Next Tuesday we have we're going to talk Thanksgiving dinner. But I think we didn't involve you because you already had your Thanksgiving. So
I have. I already covered it.
But our friend Jeffrey Bernstein, I don't know if you saw him. He was on last week, right, Doug?
Last week twice. He was on the political show.
Oh, yeah. And then so he's a food scientist, Casey, literal food science.
Yeah.
So he's going to break down Thanksgiving dinner for us, what we could do, ideas, shit not to do. It's going to be fun.
Shit not to do.
Marshmallow
and candy yam.
Anything with sweet potatoes. Fuck sweet potatoes.
No, that's not.
I love this show. You
this
guys
is where Doug gets the hook because I'm in charge. And we cut. We cut sweet potatoes. Come on, that's almost as bad as gravy.
Fuck sweet potatoes.
See, now we're not gonna just let this bitch on. We're just not. It's just over. So fuck that. Anyway, we're gonna talk Thanksgiving with Doug, and I will do. I do. Look at that. I have a mute. Look, mute. I have a mute too. Right. Now, no. So we're all gonna talk that. Come on. Have you had any Thanksgiving mishaps where you burnt the turkey or?
Oh hell yes.
Right. So this is the stuff that Jeff's going to help us with.
Potatoes.
Yeah. Can I smoke? I don't drink.
Yes, you may.
100%, sir.
Right. Dragon Milk is bomb. JC hates Yingling. He calls it yuckling.
I'm with you.
I could not tell.
Say no to yuckling. And then Daniel Fisher points out that they're literally led by a guy named
Dick Yingling. Yeah.
Right. So,
and he's also a Trump supporter, FYI. So that's that's why my big issue is with them. So yeah.
Someone forgot to turn so Daniel's he forgot to turn the oven on. So tune in on Thursday or Tuesday, and hopefully you'll get a bunch of our different ideas. But until then, I'll see you, Doug. Then Casey will see you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
We will
Fuck sweet potatoes.
Hey, right. And maybe by the next time we see you, America.